Alright, so what we have here is one of the best bait fish patterns for any type of predator fish in the spring, summer, and fall. You could probably use it in the early winter also. What I'm tying on is a size 4 egg hook. You can use anything for the trailer hook that you prefer. I'm tying on some Flashabou now. Now you're going to want to wrap that. I personally overlap it, that way I can make sure the whole shank of the hook is covered. Then you want to wrap that down, make sure it's nice and secure, and clip off your tag end. Next, you grab your rabbit zonker. You can do any color you prefer. I just have green, so that's what I'm tying today. But as you can tell in the pictures, I've tied them in red and purple, brown. It's really up to you. You secure your rabbit zonker down. And I like to really secure it, quite a few wraps, just to make sure it's on there. Then I grab the Krystal flash, just to give it a little extra shine in the water, especially if you're fishing murkier water. It'll make it stand out more. I've tied them without, and they work just as well. Next, you grab your saddle hackle and go ahead and attach that. I'm using green to match my zonker, but you can do any color you prefer. I've done them with white bottoms and dark tops. It's all a preference. Give that a few wraps just to make a nice collar. Then go ahead and clip that off. Pull all your fibers back and wrap right in front of it, just to push them down a little bit, make that collar go back. And then do a 5 or 6 turn whip finish. Here I'm just clipping off any stray fibers that may have gotten away or poking out. I have 35-pound monofilament line that I'm just doing a simple loop knot, nothing fancy. That way I can attach my trailer to my main hook. Now you can use braided line or wire, whatever you prefer. I have this on hand, so I'm using it. I haven't had any issues with them breaking or nothing like that. Here I have a size 4 streamer hook. Now here's where you'd want to add weight if you want it weighted. See, when they're not weighted, they do stay up to the surface, but I like that. It pulls them right off the bottom. But if you wanted it weighted, or if you were fishing a real fast current, you could easily add a bead head. One bead head makes them mid-water. If you put a bead head in some lead wrap or lead-free wrap, it'll make them sink. Now I tie in some Flashabou on here. Now I'm tying in my wire to hold my zonker in place. Next I grab the saddle hackle. I try to use the same color as I used for the trailer hook. It makes it look better, a little bit more presentable. Okay, right here is where you want to cut your tag end. Get that out of the way. Then make sure everything's secure. Pull your thread forward and start doing your wraps of Flashabou. Again, try to overlap the Flashabou. That way it'll cover the entire shank of the hook. It doesn't have to be perfect up towards the head, because you'll be covering that up with the zonker. Now cut your tag end, get that out of the way, and then start doing your wraps with your saddle hackle. Now you don't have to do close wraps, just loose. The only time I do the close wraps is when I get up closer to the head. Now pull all them fibers back and wrap in front, trying to push some of the front fibers backwards. And look at that, already ready to fish. Now you grab your zonker strip and you measure. Now this is a preference. You can do a longer tail where it covers the back, or you can do a shorter tail. It's all up to you. Go ahead and secure your zonker down. Now here comes the tricky part. You want to wrap your wire in between the fibers on the zonker strip to secure it to the top of the shank. Now if you pinch the sides of the hook as you're doing this, it'll hold that zonker so it's right center on that hook. And if you kind of twist it and almost helicopter it, you can avoid trapped fibers. Bring it right to the front and then wrap it in. You can either helicopter the wire till it breaks, or you can cut it. And then create your head a little bit. Go ahead and grab your Krystal flash to run down either side. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now I like to hold them fibers right down and really tighten it. Now I always do 2 whip finishes on these, but you could probably get away with 1. I like 2 just to be safe. Then can't forget the most important part, the head cement. And bam, you're done. Look at that. Ready to go out and fish. Now, I'd like to talk about where I get a lot of my fly tying materials. I buy from Spawn Fly Fish. They have some of the best materials. They have a little bit of everything. If you're looking for something or in the market for something, definitely check them out. I've been buying through them for a couple years now, and I absolutely love it. I have no complaints at all. One thing that I loved was on my orders when they were delivered, I opened up the box and there's a handwritten note. And I know a lot of people think, oh, it's just a handwritten note. But if a company is going to take the time out to write a handwritten thank you for purchasing their products, that shows that they have a lot of pride in what they do. So I absolutely love them. They have a little bit of everything from fly tying material to vices. If you're not into fly tying, they have other stuff for fly fishermen. They have pre-tied flies. They also have rods and reels. Just a little bit of everything. If you need something for fly fishing, definitely check them out. They're the place to go. Now, I actually have another video I'm going to post next week. I just purchased some more material through them, and I got a couple of different patterns I'm going to tie up, and it might be including what you see on the screen now. Alrighty, thank you for watching.